Hello, good morning and welcome to Mimi's Kitchen. Today I am cooking shrimp in coconut sauce. This is a very simple recipe to prepare and a great recipe for a weekday lunch or a dinner. So let's get started with the ingredients that we require to prepare this recipe. Okay, so we have, of course, 16 ounces of shrimp. It's a shrimp recipe, that's why we have to have shrimp, right? It's nicely cleaned and deveined. And the vegetables I will need is half of that bell pepper, 1/4 of that onion, half of that tomato, 4 cloves of garlic, around 2 inches of ginger, around that much of cilantro, and a couple of basil leaves. Also 1 cayenne pepper, which is optional. And for the sauce, I'm using 400 ml of coconut milk. However, for that amount of shrimp that I'm using in this recipe only requires 200 ml. But I'm cooking it in bulk here so that I can save the remaining sauce for my future use. I am using ghee to fry those shrimps. If you can't find ghee, you can use butter. Ghee is actually clarified butter, which is available in any grocery stores. I'm also using 2 ounces of Philadelphia original cream cheese to bring out that extra creaminess in the sauce. Then 1/4 cup of chicken broth or vegetable broth. I'm using chicken broth here. 1 tablespoon of paprika, salt to taste, and some black pepper powder. I normally like to prep all ingredients and chop up all the vegetables which is needed before I start cooking so that they are ready to go when I need to use them. Here in this recipe, I'm using actually 1/4 of that large red bell pepper. Then I'm going to slice them up and chop it roughly. We don't have to have uniform pieces because ultimately we will be blending it up in a blender. So you don't have to worry about the measurements of each pieces of your bell pepper or your onion. So just chop it up, as per your convenience. Okay, so the bell peppers are done. And I'm going to save that for my next cooking show. Now I'm going to do the same with onion. I'm using 1/4 of 1 large onion. Peel it off and chop them to small pieces. And again, the pieces doesn't have to be of equal measurements. It's just all you need to do, just chop it up roughly. That's it. When the onions are all chopped up, I will make a half to that small tomato and then remove that center white piece. We don't need that. And then chop the tomato up. Now I will mince 4 cloves of garlic, and this is how I normally peel the skin of the garlic, which is really convenient, which is I press each of these cloves with a heavy object or with your hand just like I did, and then the skin kind of falls apart very easily, just like that. So you have each of your clove, press it with your hands like that, and you will see the skin falling off very smooth. All right. Okay, so that's how I have peeled all the skins from those garlic cloves. Now I'm using a stainless steel strainer or a grater, which I'm using it to mince those garlic cloves very finely. I'm using 2 minced garlic into the shrimp. I washed my hands. I'm going to drizzle around half a tablespoon of olive oil to the bowl and salt to taste maybe like half a teaspoon. Some black pepper powder, around half a teaspoon. And I will use my clean hands to mix those ingredients with the shrimp and let the shrimp sit for 10 minutes to marinate. I'm using the same grater to grate the 2 inches of ginger. However, I think only 1 inch of the ginger piece is actually needed for this recipe. But I'm going to anyway go ahead and grate it up. And also mincing up those leftover 2 garlic cloves, like that. Okay, all my ingredients are pretty much prepped up. Now I am here straight to cooking. In the hot skillet, I'm adding 1 tablespoon of ghee. And make sure the gas is on medium-low flame because ghee has a tendency to burn up really quick. Okay, so once the skillet is warm enough, I will be adding in those shrimps into the skillet. We have to cook those shrimps for at least 3 minutes. Stir them occasionally and making sure that both the sides of those shrimps gets nicely coated with that flavorful ghee. Smells so good. So 3 minutes later, we see that shrimps are fully cooked and we are going to remove it from the skillet. And now I am transferring those cooked shrimps into a separate bowl. Oh my goodness, my kitchen smells divine. Those fried shrimps with garlic in ghee just smells mind-blowing, guys. You gotta try this. Okay, so back to cooking. In the same hot skillet, I'm adding around 1 tablespoon of olive oil. At this point, you can add butter also, but I'm just keeping it simple. So let's just go with olive oil, giving it a good swirl. And the skillet is pretty hot. Now I am adding in the cayenne pepper, the minced garlic to it, and half of grated ginger into the skillet. Cook for a couple of seconds because we don't want them to burn up. And then we add in all the vegetables straight into the skillet. Cook them for 2 to 3 minutes or until the vegetables are fully cooked. 3 minutes later, you see the tomatoes are pretty mushed up. At this point, I turn the flame off and I add in some cilantros and basil into the vegetable mixture and then stir them nicely. And we'll let it cool off for another 15 to 20 minutes. 20 minutes later, in the blender, I have added 1 can of coconut milk, then added in those cooked vegetables, added some more cilantros to it. I'm adding 1 tablespoon of paprika, 1 teaspoon of salt, and some black pepper powder. Then we blend it for at least 30 seconds or until it's nicely blended up. Now I will be using the same skillet which I have not washed because I wanted to have those drippings from previously cooked shrimps and vegetables that will boost up the flavor to the sauce. So I'm adding in the coconut milk sauce into the skillet and we'll cook on medium-high flame for 2 minutes or until it starts simmering. Now I could see the sauce has started simmering. At that point, I lower the heat to medium-low or completely low. Turn the heat to low. Then we add the cream cheese. I'm adding 2 ounces of cream cheese. That will bring that exact consistency or the texture, creamy texture that I'm looking for. You kind of have to mash it up a little bit with your spatula first to the sauce, and then I'm using a whisker to whisk it along until it completely blends in to your coconut sauce. That will take maybe 2 to 3 minutes of your whisking into the sauce until it starts looking smooth and silky. You will see it. It normally takes 2 minutes or so. Okay, so I could tell those lumps are kind of getting dissolved into the sauce, and there you go. The sauce is ready, and it smells just out of this world. Guys, I cannot wait to try this. So the sauce is ready. Now I am adding in those cooked shrimps into the sauce, stirring them for combining everything together for around say a couple of seconds, and you turn the flame off completely. As you can notice that the amount of the sauce is actually more than compared to the shrimps that I have it in the skillet. It's because I'm going to save some of those remaining sauce in a separate container for my next use. Okay, so the smooth and silky shrimp in coconut sauce is ready to be served. It is delicious. It tastes so good with steamed rice. I prefer basmati. Anyway, I have garnished it with 1 cayenne pepper and some chopped up basil leaves to it. So, give it a try and let me know how you liked it in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching my video. God bless you and you have a great weekend. Bye-bye.